This is Magda Rodriguez reporting on assignment 6B for Java Cafe. And the purpose of this is the workbook consolidates product groups and store sales for the 4 quarters. We basically started with information for the quarters 1 through 4, and it didn't have totals, it didn't have formatting. So that was the first thing I did, was I actually grouped my 4 quarters by hitting my control key and clicking on the 4 tabs, and then began entering my sum formula function in row 8, which I entered in B8, and then I just copied across, and then I also did the same for my totals here on column F. Again, the sum function, and I just copied them down. Then I began formatting my worksheet, and I clicked on my color fill, which I did the orange accent 6 slider 80%. Then I also underlined them and bolded my headings. Then I also underlined down here under Dallas to split my locations and my totals, and then I also hit bold for my totals so that they stood out in conjunction to the other data that was already filled in. And as you can see, when I click on the 4 quarters, that information copied over. I then copied my quarter 1, I clicked on documentation to ungroup them, and I copied my quarter 1 worksheet to a new one, which I renamed Summary Sales. And this information here, of course, was not filled in. I began entering my 3D reference formulas by doing sum, and then hitting my shift key, going to quarter 1, hitting my shift key, clicking on cell B5, and then still holding my shift key, clicking on quarter 4, which now grouped all my quarters once again. And then I hit enter, and as you can see here, now I have a formula which says the sum of quarter 1 through quarter 4 on cell B5. So I just copied that over in that row, and then I copied it down, and I used the autofill formatting here, which I only wanted to fill but without any of the formatting, so it doesn't change my rows, my underlining. I saved this, and then I came back in and I cleared all the information. I created a template. As you can see, my formulas are denoted here by the minus signs, and to save it I did File, Save As, and I just made sure that I clicked the Save As type file to be an Excel template. Once I did that, I wanted to make sure that all my formulas were working fine, so I used the template to create a new worksheet, and what I did was I clicked again Control and my tabs, and I entered the 1 so that it would enter in all the quarters, and then I wanted to make sure that my summary sales totaled up. I took this and I saved it as a web file by Save and Send. So I saved it to the web on my SkyDrive when I signed in, and this is what I have my Java sign in. I then went to my SkyDrive, came into my folder, and I changed in quarter 1 the $1 to $30,000. I then made sure that the formula worked, and it did. Now I went ahead and I saved the data, and I then went to download the data to my drive, and I just clicked on it and did download. When I saved it, I saw that it still copied all the information over. My summary sales was still correct. So the purpose of this assignment in using the 3D references help create totals instead of using previous learned formulas, so that it would be easier to summarize the gathered data over the 4 quarters. 3D formulas are also update as you make changes or add data to those specific cells in quarterly worksheets. In the end, your summary sales will be the year-end snapshot of sales performances. Thank you.